And all Joshua wants to know is, does this finally mean we will have Fallout of Duty, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Year of the Forza, and World of Minecraft? Well, yes. Yes, it does. What do you think this whole thing's been about? Hello guys, and welcome to the video, and I hope you're having a great day. It appears to be another hot, sunny day here in mid-Missouri, but it's not a normal hot, sunny day because it's finally happened. Microsoft is, no more speculation, Microsoft is acquiring Activision, Blizzard. Call of Duty is going to belong to Xbox, and as you can expect, there's some people that are overjoyed by this. It's the saving grace for Xbox. Xbox is saved, everything's going to turn around, and there's the other group of people that are like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. They're hysterically infuriated by this. Call of Duty is dead now, as if it's been flourishing for the last 10 years. But in this video, guys, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions of hot takes from people on both sides of the fence. The people that think this is the best thing to ever happen in gaming, and the people who think this is the worst thing to ever happen in the history of anything ever. And stick around to the end of the video, because at the end I'll share my own personal thoughts, opinions on what I think this merger between Xbox and Call of Duty means, at least to me. But guys, let's get this video started. I'm actually seeing a lot of tweets kind of like this, and they all crack me up. Like Junior saying, back where it belongs, you know, implying that Call of Duty was supposed to be with Xbox this whole time because they had exclusivity deals, like back in like the Black Ops 1 days. And now that Xbox and Call of Duty are together again, the games will just magically start being great again. And the whole premise of that cracks me up. You got people like Kareem here saying, you're no better than the other Sony fanboys. Junior replies, COD died when it moved to PlayStation, as if the exclusivity deals between Call of Duty and PlayStation had anything to do with bad map design or poorly written campaigns or anything like that. That whole idea of whoever is publishing, like, Call of Duty, whether it's an exclusivity deal through Xbox or PlayStation, is going to determine how good the actual gameplay of the game is going to be. That whole premise I find hilarious, because I mean, it just shows like how deep rooted this console war nonsense is. It's like, because there's an exclusivity deal with Call of Duty and PlayStation, that's why this new Black Ops has some of the shittiest maps of the previous Call of Duties. Whenever they had exclusivity deals with Xbox, that's when the maps were good. It sounds ridiculous because it is ridiculous. Let's move on. For example, here's another one. COD is back from tech. And I mean, like, what does that even mean? Because Xbox owns it, Call of Duty is going to magically be great again? Like, you know, does that mean, like, are you guys thinking that now that Xbox has bought Activision, they're just going to fire all of the multiplayer level designers, the campaign writers, and replace them with good Xbox devs like the ones at 343? Like, because Halo Infinite is in such a great spot right now. I mean, what does that even mean? Because if Xbox owns it, everything they touch turns to gold. No. I mean, like what does that even mean? And from the other side of the fence, we have comments like, COD had its best days during PlayStation's deal with Activision because of Black Ops 3. Because Black Ops 3, as everyone knows, is the best Call of Duty ever made. Ever. Because, guys, I don't know if you've been paying attention for like the last 10 years, but every true Call of Duty fan has been saying one thing and one thing only, and that is to make another Black Ops 3 because it was so damn good. Stop looking to COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and World at War for inspiration. Look to Black Ops 3 because Sony really knew how to make them. So if you can't tell, it's obvious that the exclusivity deal with Sony, where PlayStation fans got DLC maps 2 weeks earlier than Xbox fans, that was the key to making fun Call of Duty games. You get it? That logic means that Xbox players would be like, man, this Call of Duty wouldn't have sucked if I got to play it 2 weeks ago. But what are you gonna do? And to wrap this up, I find threads like this pretty interesting because you see them all over the place, just showing how blindly passionate some people are to defend their purchase, whether it's a PlayStation or an Xbox. You get threads like these, and I find them interesting. Like, we got the unknown one here says Microsoft will own Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War, Overwatch, and Minecraft, which is true. Cracked Phantom Lion comes in and says, and will still lose to PlayStation, which is fine if you think that. But it's when Reserve comes in here. The whole conversation gets derailed quite a bit. The next Skyrim alone will beat any PlayStation games by a mile. As if that has anything to do with the conversation. Cracked Fan Blind counters with, wrong, nobody talks about Elder Scrolls anymore. It's not even competition, going up against Spider-Man 2, which will be Game of the Year nominee and maybe even the winner. What are we even talking about anymore? It's like we're talking about Microsoft acquiring Call of Duty, and it turns into, fuck you, Skyrim 2 is going to be the best game ever. And then they counter with, fuck you, Spider-Man 2 is going to be the best game ever. So what are we even talking about anymore? It's just how ridiculous like people get when defending their preferred piece of plastic, whether it's an Xbox or a PlayStation. If you're going at it like this, and this is just where you land, you're dumb. It doesn't matter whether you're dumb. Whether it doesn't matter which piece of plastic you're playing on. I find the whole thing interesting, and this is all you see anymore. What's the fucking point? I don't get it. Which finally leads me to my personal thoughts and what I think about Microsoft acquiring Activision and Call of Duty. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's cool that Game Pass subscribers are no longer going to have to purchase a new $70 Call of Duty every single year. If you're subscribed to Game Pass, you can play it, whether it's on PC or Xbox. I feel like that's good for consumers. But what do I think that Call of Duty is going to save Xbox and turn everything around? No, I don't. I mean, how long I've seen people saying that, Microsoft's going to give the devs the time they need to make the games that they want to make. It's like, no. Microsoft just spent billions of dollars acquiring Call of Duty and Activision. They're going to want to make that money back as soon as possible. They're going to be releasing games as fast as they can just to make the money back. And then once they make their money back, I wouldn't be surprised if they make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. They're going to keep selling them to Sony until they make their money back, and then try to convince Sony fans to then come over to Xbox. I could see that happening. Do I think that's a great thing? I mean, it sucks for Sony fans. I hate seeing games that I'm looking forward to exclusive to whatever platform, whether it be on PlayStation, Xbox. I have to own fucking everything to play whatever I want. Whether even if a game's not on Steam and it's on the Epic launcher, I don't like it. So I mean, it does suck, but at the end of the day, it's cool that it's going to be, more accessible for Game Pass subscribers. So if you're on a PC player or an Xbox player, you don't have to buy a new Call of Duty every year. That's pretty cool. But I also, like I said, I don't think that Call of Duty is going to magically become a much better thing just because Microsoft owns it. They say, there's people saying that Microsoft is going to give the devs, as I said, the time they need to make the Call of Duty games they want to make. It's like, is that what happened at 343? Did they give them the time? Yeah, they delayed Halo Infinite over a year, but it still needed more time. And anybody that worked at 343 probably knew that. Is that going to change with Call of Duty? I don't think so. I don't think Call of Duty is going to magically get better because Microsoft owns it. And I also don't think that Call of Duty is going to just, start sucking really bad all of a sudden because Xbox owns it. Because I personally think Call of Duty's been pretty meh for like the last 10 years. Do I hope it gets better? Sure. I like playing fun games. Do I think it's going to be better because Microsoft owns it? No, not really. What have they done to show us that is even going, like that's their track record. You know what I mean? What have they shown us that shows that? That's just my thoughts. I hope Call of Duty releases better games. I'm looking forward to not having to buy them by playing through Game Pass, and that's just kind of my thoughts on the whole deal. That is basically all I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Are you happy that Call of Duty is being acquired by Xbox? Are you upset by this, and why? Let me know down below. Like, as you could probably tell, I find the conversation interesting. But guys, that's all I have for the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.